In the face of recent developments around Ubisoft, them proclaiming to be better in the future, we want to examine a recent example of scummy monetization schemes in one of their flagship franchises. Because, you know, actions speak louder than words. After Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot called Ghost Recon Breakpoint a disappointment and said that Ubisoft wants to do something about it and improve for future games, I had a little bit of hope that Ubisoft actually learned something. That they will attempt not to be on the side of these other shitty developers like EA and Activision, at least in the eye of the wider public. In light of that, I was pleased to hear that you can buy the Halloween skins for Rainbow Six Siege's operators with in-game currency. Yeah, unlocking rewards and seasonal trinkets by playing the game. Almost like in the good old days, where you could unlock stuff without spending extra money. But as I logged in and saw that you have to pay over 337,000 renown, the in-game currency, to get all the packs, or just spend $60 or euros for all of them, I was disappointed, if not to say, very annoyed. After 4 freaking years, a terrible start, years of massive game-breaking bugs, downgrades, cheating problems, and much more, and of course after publicly proclaiming, "We want to be the good boys," they have the audacity to charge an absurdly high price for skins, to just push you inch by inch into the shitty monetization tactics. Let's tally up those numbers, shall we? You gain an average of 200 renowns per game, and an average game takes you about 10 to 15 minutes. Let's go with 10 minutes for simplicity's sake. So to get the Halloween skin pack, you have to play 1,688 matches, meaning 16,880 minutes or 281 hours, or nearly 12 days straight, just to get the packs. Not counting the operators that you have to buy, or that the event doesn't even last that long. And now there's Ubisoft dangling a $60 buy button around in front of your eyes. Ein Schelm, wer Böses dabei denkt, to use a German saying. They offer event skins for a limited time, making obtaining them a nearly impossible quest if you are not having the in-game currency laying around, or treat the game as your full-time job. I say it again, 12 days straight to earn the money through playing. Or forget about all of this and buy what other companies would call a time saver for $60 to get them instantly. This is not excusable. They create an artificial problem, the slow grind, and then sell you the solution. It's a bit like me running a street construction business and hiring goons to destroy the streets all over town, just to drive up my business. You might say that these are just skins and not important to the game itself, it's not pay to win, and I would agree with that. Nonetheless, you cannot judge a game without factoring these things in. Ubisoft has gained more than $1 billion of revenue by selling the game, skins, season passes and so on. And yes, they are taking on monetization onto a game that is not free to play, please keep that in mind. They are charging to get in and then monetizing it even more. That's something they really love to do with every game recently. Let me repeat, $1 freaking billion. Billion, not million. You could produce Grand Theft Auto 5 6 times with that kind of money. It'll cost you around 150 million apiece, and you would still have money left. Odd comparison, I know, but you get my point. These games are being absolutely over-monetized. This is especially egregious with their single-player games, but even in multiplayer, it's blah. I would be really surprised if the game's development costs and all the additional costs of running it would have exceeded even a quarter of their earnings till this day. Ubisoft takes a lot of money from us and gives us a mediocre game in return, with a metric fuckton of bugs, glitches and so on. Poorly made events, no single player, no co-op, no improvements in regards to graphics, sounds and lighting, animation and so on. Not even a freaking map editor is in the game. But that's just Rainbow Six Siege. All of their other recent games are microtransaction fests as well. They operate on the basis of minimum effort for maximum reward. And now that their recent games have failed following this approach, after churning out what is essentially the same game several times, they're just feeling sorry for themselves and crying crocodile tears because they actually have to put in the effort now. This company constantly gives the middle finger towards the community, an incredibly loyal community might I add, that has proven to have a lot more patience than I can believe, and actually fought to keep the game alive. And this loyalty is rewarded by trying to milk them dry. Ubisoft has not earned the benefit of the doubt, or any leeway when judging their products. Oh yes, they have conceded that rushing their games to completion is probably not the best action, but they won't compromise on monetization. So hopefully the lackluster games that we will get in the future will at least be free of bugs. Hopefully. Any pledge to do better is worthless without action. The CEO of Ubisoft said that they are disappointed that Breakpoint and The Division 2 didn't sell that well. They are not disappointed about releasing crappy games. They are sorry that their stocks dropped, not about ripping you off. Don't trust them.
Sorry, I was ranting a bit there, but they can all fuck off, the lot of them.